What if extinction doesn't always mean the end? Sometimes a camera captures something that shouldn't exist anymore. Tonight, we're looking at 7 animals believed extinct that may have appeared again. Titanoboa. Titanoboa lived about 60 million years ago, not long after the dinosaurs disappeared. Fossils found in Colombia reveal a snake stretching nearly 15 meters and weighing over a ton. It lived in warm, swampy forests, sharing the rivers with giant reptiles and fish, and for scientists, it became proof that snakes once ruled those wetlands. Even today, local communities in the Amazon and Orinoco basins speak of serpents far larger than modern anacondas. Explorers from the past century wrote of bodies thick as tree trunks sliding silently through muddy water and long shapes drifting just below the surface. Recently, videos labeled as titanoboa sightings have circulated online. Usually filmed from boats or riverbanks, they show enormous snakes cutting through still water there. The camera often pulls back quickly, as if the person filming suddenly realizes the size of what's moving below. Modern biology recognizes the anaconda as one of the largest snakes alive today, but dense forests and hidden river channels leave room for speculation. Could there be a chance that Titanoboa, or something very much similar, still lives in these waters? Before we move on, subscribe and stay with us. Some of the next sightings become even harder to explain. Black-naped pheasant pigeon. The black-naped pheasant pigeon was believed to be extinct for over a century. Native to the dense forests of the Philippines, it was reliably last seen in the early 1900s, and experts feared habitat loss had wiped it out entirely. Then, in 2022, the world caught a surprise when researchers set up motion-triggered cameras in remote forests, hoping to study wildlife. Among the footage, a small, ground-dwelling bird appeared, a pigeon with distinctive black markings along its neck and head, moving carefully through the undergrowth, almost unaware it had been filmed. The discovery sparked excitement because it confirmed something many thought impossible. The species wasn't just a memory anymore, rather was alive, quietly persisting where humans rarely go. Videos and photographs from these surveys give a rare, close-up look at a bird people only knew from faded illustrations. Sightings are brief, often just a frame or two from a trail camera, yet the images match historical descriptions perfectly. The black-naped pheasant pigeon proves that extinction isn't always final. Sometimes, life quietly endures, waiting for us to notice. The moa. The moa were enormous flightless birds that roamed New Zealand for thousands of years, moving silently through forests and open grasslands. Imagine a creature towering up to 3 meters, foraging among the green. They were gentle herbivores, shaping the land as they went. However, excessive hunting by humans quickly pushed them to the brink, and by the 15th century, people assumed the moa were gone. Extinct. But the stories didn't die. Maori oral traditions spoke of enormous birds seen in valleys far from settlement. Early European settlers reported shadows moving through forests at dusk, calls that didn't belong to any known bird, and footprints far too large for any human to ignore. Recently, a few trail cameras in remote areas have captured brief, startling glimpses. A massive silhouette steps slowly between trees. Long legs vanish into the thicket. The size alone makes you wonder. Some dismiss these as emus or other large birds, but the movement, posture and scale sometimes match what we know of moa. Could a few have survived, tucked away where humans seldom visit? The coelacanth. The coelacanth was thought to have vanished more than 66 million years ago. Fossils told the story of a deep-sea prehistoric fish, and scientists assumed it had gone extinct alongside the dinosaurs, a relic of a lost world, until, in 1938, everything changed when a live coelacanth was caught off the coast of South Africa. The world went quiet for a moment as it witnessed a fish from the age of dinosaurs, alive and real, staring back at modern humans. It was a Lazarus species, something impossible becoming reality. Since then, coelacanths have been documented in deep waters around Madagascar, Indonesia, and other parts of the Indian Ocean. Researchers use submersibles and underwater cameras to study them, and videos show a dark fish gliding through rocky canyons. Its scales reflect dim light, and the shape seems ancient, familiar, and alien at the same time. What's shocking is how little it has changed, millions of years, and this creature remains almost unchanged. Watching it move, you feel a connection to a world long gone. Even today, every glimpse reminds us that extinction is not always final, and sometimes life finds a way to endure deep beneath the waves. Zanzibar leopard. The Zanzibar leopard lived only on the island of Unguja, part of the Zanzibar archipelago off the coast of Tanzania. It looked similar to other African leopards, but carried its own distinctive pattern with a slightly smaller build. For generations, it moved through thick coastal forests and farmland edges, rarely seen but clearly present in local life. During the 20th century, attitudes toward the animal changed when some islanders began linking it to witchcraft and misfortune. Hunting campaigns followed, and sightings quickly became rare. By the 1990s, most scientists believed the Zanzibar leopard had completely disappeared. Then, something interesting happened in the early 2000s. Wildlife researchers filming a documentary in rural Zanzibar captured brief video footage of what appeared to be a leopard moving through farmland at night. The animal walked calmly across the frame, its spotted coat visible in the camera light before it slipped back into darkness. The clip was short, just a few seconds. Still, the shape, movement, and markings looked convincing enough to spark debate among biologists and conservationists. If that leopard truly came from Zanzibar, it means the species might have survived quietly while the world assumed it was gone. Saber-toothed tiger. The saber-toothed tiger, often called Smilodon, lived across the Americas until roughly 10,000 years ago. It wasn't a tiger at all, but rather a powerful cat built for ambush. Short tail, heavy shoulders, and of course the famous curved fangs up to nearly 20 centimeters. Even after scientists placed Smilodon firmly in the past, stories about large unknown cats never really faded. In remote parts of South America, hunters occasionally described a strange feline moving through dense forest. Bigger than a jaguar, they said. The head looked broad, the body heavy, and the movement looked slow and deliberate. Over the years, a few pieces of footage began circulating online, most of them coming from trail cameras set up deep in jungles. In some clips, a large cat crosses the frame at night, and while the image is grainy, the view brief, yet the proportions sometimes look unusual compared to known species. Wildlife experts usually explain these sightings as jaguars filmed at awkward angles or under unusual lighting. That makes sense in many cases. Still, the shape of certain animals in those recordings keeps the discussion alive. After all, large predators are masters of staying hidden, and sometimes the camera only catches a shadow before the forest closes again. The thylacine. The thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger, once roamed Australia and Tasmania, and despite the name, it wasn't a tiger at all. It was a predator with a stiff tail, a narrow snout, and dark stripes across its back. An old film from the early 20th century shows the animal pacing slowly inside a zoo enclosure. The movement looks unusual. Part dog, part kangaroo. Human expansion changed everything. Hunting, habitat loss, and government bounties pushed the species toward extinction. By 1936, the last known thylacine died in captivity at Hobart Zoo. From that moment on, the animal seemed to exist only in photographs and archived footage, yet reports never completely stopped. Over the years, hikers and farmers in Tasmania described brief encounters, a strange striped animal crossing dirt roads or slipping through tall grass at dusk. The sightings are quick, just a few seconds before the animal disappears into thick bush. Trail cameras sometimes capture puzzling images as well. A dog-like figure moving with a stiff tail and narrow body. The shape looks familiar to anyone who has studied the old footage. Tasmania still holds vast stretches of forest, quiet places, enough space, perhaps, for an animal that prefers not to be seen. History doesn't always stay buried. Sometimes the camera catches a glimpse, and suddenly the past feels very much alive. Like this video and subscribe, because the next story might be even more unbelievable.